welcome to India Today. This is Anita Britto in conversation with the team of Freedom at Midnight. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Anita.
Hi. You're looking dapper in
Yeah.
in
And
your outfits.
Again, I love your shirt.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Gandhi is looking the best because he's wearing the Trust with Destiny.
Yeah. The Gandhi and loyalty you cannot match.
Yeah, man.
Trust with destiny.
We made 3 different T-shirts for over the 109 days of shoot. I would be sitting in the corner with the costume team, and I would be. This was T-shirt number 1. Then we had another T-shirt which was the 3 of them.
That was my favorite T-shirt.
Lovely.
Yeah, that was
And
nice.
then we had the final one, which was for 100 days when we completed 100 days. Freedom at 100.
Wow.
And I personally feel, sir, this show is,
It said, "We the people."
for me, Trust with Destiny.
Trust with destiny.
We can give everybody the T-shirts.
Nice.
Would love to wear it.
Yeah. They're great T-shirts.
So to begin with, Nikhil sir, I would like to start with you. Given the theme, the complex theme of the series, were there any concerns how the viewers might interpret or understand the storyline, and how careful were you to present this story very responsibly? Because again, when we talk about religion or politics, you have to be very, very, very careful in today's day.
I don't know why would I be concerned at all? How can you be? There cannot be a second. There cannot be a second point of view to the fact that India got independence on the 15th of August 1947. There cannot be a second point of view to the fact that a large aftermath of that independence on 15th August 1947 was partition. There cannot be any kind of doubt or this thing that there were certain people who were responsible for bringing us to that point of freedom. From 16th of August 1946, when Jinnah asked for direct action, to the 30th of January 1948, when Mahatma Gandhi was finally assassinated, there were certain events that actually, like a time bomb about to explode, started exploding all over India.
Yeah.
And it resulted in very incredible men taking incredible decisions and very tough decisions, which nobody else would have been able to take at that time, which got us to the place that we got on 15th of August. So there cannot be this thing. So there is no. I don't think that it's a easy thing for me. There's no. It cannot be interpreted any other way. Anybody is interpreting it otherwise, that's their problem, not my problem. This is history.
Again, history is said in different voices. Everyone has their own opinion and own ideas about how history was made. Those are the people who are mostly voice their displeasure.
So they should. I'm sure they'll enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll have a great. It's wonderfully performed. A lot of hard work, a lot of research. So I'm sure they'll enjoy the show. But I can't stop from people from saying what they want to say and what not. But they say something's not for me when I make Patiala House also. So I'm used to it.
Yeah. I was talking to Ira, and Ira said you're one of those directors who will do extensive research with regards to everything. And since the time you have started till now, every film is a testimony of that. I want to understand from you what drives you or draws you to stories like this. What is the
Even my wife is asking me the same question. Even she asked me the question, what drives you to take on things which are difficult? And I don't have an answer. I just gravitate towards it. I think that what has worked for us at MA has been that we always are competing above our weight category. Right? If people peg us here, we want to do something here. If people peg us here, we want to do something here. I think that's the important. Nobody wanted to make Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway. Yeah. Right? Ashima sent me the script. I sent it to Monisha on a Sunday, and she messaged me. I can't even mention what she mentioned me. She said, "We have to do we have to do this film right now." Right? And when Danish sir and Shaugato said, "What do you want to do next after Rocket Boys?" Rocket Boys. Come on. I mean, most people, when I told them we are making a show about Vikram Sarabhai and Homi Bhabha, who are they? Kaun hai wo log yaar? I said, they are scientists. One is the father of nuclear energy, the other is father of space. Acha, scientists. So what? They are going to be solving equations. So the same thing. So when they asked me this, I said, Freedom at Midnight. I think the important thing for all of us to understand at this point is that there should be no budget to this show. And both Danish sir and Shaugat just did a U-turn and went away. so obviously there's a budget to the show. But I mean, the kind of support we are very fortunate that the hard work that we put in is supported very, very ably by all our studios and platforms. Yeah.
I want to ask from all three of you all, how has your understanding about your characters changed from the time Nikhil gave you the script to the time you brought it on the screen. How you want to start, sir? You're playing Mr. Gandhi.
Oh yes, yes.
So
नहीं, जैसा कि यानी 4 साल की रिसर्च और हार्ड वर्क हमें बाउंड स्क्रिप्ट दी गई थी शो शुरू होने से पहले. सो द वे दे हैव डिज़ाइंड और जो इंटरप्रिटेशन जो 4 साल की मेहनत के बाद जो उन्होंने जो कंसीव किया है, मेरी समझ में गांधी जी का कैरेक्टर उससे कोई अलग नहीं है. जिस तरह से उन्होंने कंसीव किया है, यानी वो ही गांधी जी हैं. और गांधी जी को आप किसी और तरीके से कंसीव क्या कर पाएंगे? जो गांधी जी का कैरेक्टर है वो तो वो ही रहेगा. सो उसमें कोई बदलाव नहीं आया है. और फ्रीडम एट मिडनाइट जो कि पार्टीशन के ऊपर बेस्ड है, तो गांधी जी के उस मोमेंट्स में यानी उनकी क्या परिस्थिति रही थी अलग अलग किरदारों के साथ, तो मेरा उसमें कोई बदलाव नहीं आया. जो गांधी जी मुझे स्क्रिप्ट में दिए गए हैं और जो गांधी जी एक्चुअल हैं, मेरा वही पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है गांधी जी के लिए. उसमें कोई बदलाव नहीं है.
Sidhant, you're playing Nehru ji.
Yes. For me, this journey has been just of knowing these men, and my character especially has been really enlightening. Because हमें पता था कि जवाहरलाल नेहरू, first prime minister, also Chacha Nehru as we call them, so the knowledge is so limited, but it was so, I feel so happy that this has come to me so early on in my career, and I actually even more so because I got to know who he was, and in that journey it's an immense respect, admiration that I felt for him, and I think I'm very obsessive with my characters that I take up. I just don't leave them through the day, and I just, and then I just held on to him, and slowly I think I found his voice, and then that was, I hope that resonates when you guys watch it. But there's so much about these men that one must know, because it's so inspiring. You want to be like them. That's how it is. We learn from each other, and so, and that's the beauty of this work. No matter how much you give to the person, that the character will give you more in return. So I can't explain what he's given me in return, but it's just he's made me a better human being. Wow. Really, yes.
सर, आप सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल प्ले कर रहे हैं.
सबसे पहली बात तो ये बहुत बड़ा ऑनर है कि एक ऐसा देश का एक ऐसा किरदार जो आपको करने के लिए मिले, ये सबसे पहली बात है. और दूसरी बात ये कि ऐसे आइकॉनिक कैरेक्टर को करते वक्त अचानक से आपके ऊपर एक बहुत बड़ा बर्डन आ जाता है. यहाँ नहीं, यहाँ सारे शरीर में आ ही जाता है, क्योंकि लोगों का देखने का पर्सपेक्टिव ही अलग है. आपको कि एक लौह पुरुष बना के 150 फीट का एक स्टैचू बना दिया आज के तारीख में, और कहीं ऊपर से नीचे कुछ हुआ, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है भाई सरदार. ये सरदार थोड़ी है. और इसका बहुत बहुत टेंशन था इस बात को लेके. अगर ये सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल के नाम पे कोई चंपक भाई पटेल कर दो, बहुत आसान हो जाएगी चीजें काम करना, क्योंकि वो जो मैं कैरेक्टर बनाऊंगा वो मेरा होगा या उस डायरेक्टर का पर्सपेक्टिव होगा. ये खेल मैं इस सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल के साथ नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि उसके साथ भावनाएं जुड़ी हुई है लोगों की. एक पर्सपेक्टिव इतना पक्का है. तो इनकी शरण में गया मैं कि मैंने कहा ये पर्सपेक्टिव आप मेरे को बताओ कैसा चाहते हो. फिर उन्होंने मुझे ब्रीफ किया कि ऐसा 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 मैं चाहता हूँ. और अचानक से रियलाइज होने लगा कि मैं अगर इतना बड़ा कैरेक्टर करता हूँ तो उसका बोझा राजेंद्र चावला एज एन एक्टर नहीं ले सकता. उसको अपने तरीके से करना होगा, उसको अपने तरीके से कर दो इसको. और फिर इनका गाइडेंस कि इसको कितना किस लेवल पे ह्यूमन रखना है.
द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग मेरे जो राजेंद्र कह रहा है कि I don't think they had the answers. They had beliefs.
Yes.
They had beliefs. They had principles. They had I mean, they had very strong foundations.
दोनों नहीं आदमी साहब।
They
But
had
जो
courage,
foundation
like
जो था,
they're-
जो foundation उस time पे जो 16th August 1946 से लेके जो 50 मतलब even post independence जो foundation उन लोग का था वो was being challenged at every step, every moment. They would take a decision, कुछ और हो जाता था. What I've done is, have you seen that in the episode?
No, sorry.
So if you see the episode, what we've done is, I remember telling Danish sir and Shaugato that I want to treat it as if that they are sitting on a powder keg, and it is going to blow up.
And you,
Right?
it actually,
And
we all
you're-
felt that. Yeah?
At every step of the way, even for an audience, I want the audience to be, ab kya yaar? Now what? They've just sorted this out. यहाँ से ये. So they sort out Calcutta and Noakhali takes it. And Noakhali gets sorted out, and Punjab blows up. And Punjab blows off, and Bihar goes up. And Punjab is still going, is still bubbling away, and Bihar goes off. And Bihar goes off, and then there's an incredible scene in season 2 when Menin comes to Mountbatten, and Mountbatten thinks that he's done. I have given the independence. हो चुका है. Transfer of power हो गया. And he comes and he whispers in his ears, and Mountbatten looks up and he says, he said it has started. And he says, and 3 to 4. And Mountbatten says 1,000. He says, no sir, million. 20 million people walked across a border that was decided in 5 weeks. Right?
Yeah.
How can they have an answer for that? Nobody can have an answer. They have to react, and they have to solve, and they have to be there. I want to go back to that first question you asked me. That these 3 men, along with Dr. Ambedkar and the drafting committee of the Constitution, have allowed people to have a different opinion and a different perspective in this country. That is what democracy is about. They allowed it. What they did, unke bina, you will not be allowed to have a perspective. They are allowing you to say, ये लोग ने गलती की. They are allowing. उन्होंने लिखा है, वो बुक में लिखा है, वो नंबर ऑन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखा है कि आप बोलना चाहते, कहना चाहते, करना चाहते, जिस भगवान को आप, you are allowed to do it.
But again, people do come up.
So how can I be in the wrong position? I'm in the absolutely right place.
But again, I want to understand from you all, your characters made very morally complex choices. Firstly, how did you feel about that? And secondly, did that change your idea about that character, about the personality that you all are playing?
I think they were morally, in fact, as right as one could be in that moment. When you also see the series, everyone is, these 3 characters, they're holding it together. This entire country should not be divided, and how it gets to the division, which is the fact. His stand, Bapu's stand, Mahatma Gandhi's stand, Pandit Nehru's stand, and Sardar Patel's stand. All are sort of together, but also all reach a point where it's very distinct. And nothing is right or wrong. You'll be right. He's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing. End of the day, you choose your own perspective out of the 3, and rest is history. It is.
Would you all like to add something to it?
No, he said it very correctly. कि किसी भी चीज के कम से कम 2 पहलू हैं.
Basically, it's like the show. Let Nehru speak for us.
Yes. Long years ago.
Like Gandhi said, Sardar will run the country, Nehru will lead the country.
That's it.
That is a very powerful,
The
scene,
drop, yeah,
the drop
yeah,
that
yeah.
I saw, where he hands, first he
Withdrawal-
selects him
withdrawal
and
of
then he
the
withdraws.
withdrawal of nomination.
And I was like, what just
Yeah.
happened?
See,
a
that's the
very
interesting thing. That's what the show is about. The history you may not know, but the history you should know.
yeah.
Right? हम लोग नहीं बोल रहे. We are not shying away from basically saying that there are certain things that basically very clearly were not there in our history books.
So do you think that right now is the time to add these things?
I
to
think
our
any
history
time is the
books?
time to write it. There is an incredible other book which I loved reading when I was a kid called Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, written by William H. Shirer. And the first paragraph says, written by a famous pastor called George Santa Anna, those who those who forget history are condemned to repeat it. We cannot forget history, and we
That's
should
true.
not forget history.
That's true.
And of course, it should have a perspective. Both interesting moment. I wish I had put it. I had heard about it later on when I was editing this thing, and I was telling people I'm making Freedom at Midnight, and I was telling the story of these gentlemen, and somebody told me that a very important. Nehru was coming out of the parliament. I told you this. Nehru was coming out of the parliament. और एक बुढ़िया ने उसको कॉलर से पकड़ा. And told him कि देश को आजादी मिली, इस बुढ़िया को क्या मिली? And he looked at her and he said कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर को कॉलर से पकड़ने की आजादी. That's what they did. As a citizen, you can stand up and say आपने गलती की. Right, and that's what I want to try and show, which is that they were reacting to a time which is incredible. 6,000 people died in one night in Calcutta. 5,000 people somewhere else. 18,000 people have been asked to leave in 20 million people just walking across, and my family went from Hyderabad and Karachi and came here. Right, 2 generations before me. Right, we have to. How can we forget it?
I was just thinking, sir.
And especially in the world of social media and all. I mean, the children are watching rubbish.
Yes, that's true. But since you're actually promoting, I was thinking, sir, about the pace of today and the pace of that time in general, having done Jubilee also, lived in that. You know, वो समा, वो माहौल, वो दुनिया अलग थी, pace बहुत slow थी. Right now, the pace is insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's insane. Helter-skelter, people are running around.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this chapter of the history has exactly this pace that is prevalent today, in today's times. Because like he just said, there was nothing else, there was no time to just sit and relax and think about it. Everything was on the move, people are dying, decisions are being made, what to do about these many people, how to move the country forward, how to make the present better, how to stop the bloodshed. So there was no time. And you know, like for me personally, after Jubilee, to again do the period piece, but then experience his pace in this chaos was just
I think there'll be several moments in the entire show that you'll say, I did not know this. I did not know
already
this.
did that in these 3 drops.
The third drop, जहाँ पे Gandhi asks him कि make Jinnah prime minister. Right, it's one line in Richard Attenborough which I consider to be an incredible film. 1984 वाली picture जो है, incredible picture है. पर एक line है उसमें. Gandhi and Mountbatten are walking out of the round table conference, which is, guys, थोड़ा incorrect है. Gandhi did not go for the round table conference. So they're walking out of the round table conference and he says कि give Jinnah become prime minister. When we were doing our research, we said this is an episode. It cannot be one line. It is an episode. Right? Sure. That basically Gandhi says to Mountbatten, Jinnah wants a part of India, give him all of it. And Mountbatten tells him, ki, boss, how will the Congress and Nehru and Sardar agree to this? He says, they are my sons, they will walk on water if I ask them.
क्या कुछ भी बोलते बापू कभी ऐसे कैसे
अरे so you lots of times you say मुझे ये पता नहीं था, मुझे ये नहीं पता था, मुझे ये नहीं पता था, मुझे ये नहीं पता था. Right? So that's
Trust me, I did that already, and I'm waiting to see the rest of the product as well. But for you, must be the most difficult character to play because you had to lose weight, and it's from his young age till the time he died. So that graph was maybe very difficult for you.
हाँ, 16 किलो वजन कम किया है.
Wow.
सुबह 2 घंटे, शाम 2 घंटे टैन होने के लिए बैठता था सन में.
अभी जैसे आज गांधी का चोटी है या आज गांधी का ये कौन सा है, what is it, young है, old है, क्या है?
So and that is the most satisfying thing, right? कि भाई एक एक्टर को एक यानी once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. So it is challenging, and that is what is most satisfying कि भाई आप महात्मा गांधी का किरदार कर रहे हैं.
Did you know what I was calling you to the office, which role to play? Did you know what I was calling you to the office for when you came for the first time?
Sir, ये आज मेरे लिए भी न्यूज़ है क्या सर? What?
No, when he called you to the office.
जब मैंने पहले बार आपको बुलाया था, did you know that I was calling you to play Gandhi?
Oh no sir.
What did you plan for?
अरे
no, I saw him in Scam. Right, and I saw episode 9 था ना? 10th episode of Scam, where you have Harshad Mehta and you have Pratik Gandhi and you have and only Hansal can do this, right? Which is that it is the show is based on Hansal on Harshad Mehta. And the best soliloquy of the show, the best monologue of the show is given to Chirag.
Oh.
Where he's just standing there and he freaks out on. And I just looked at him. Where has his actor been?
Man, nice, sir. Thank you for seeing.
Where has his actor been?
Really.
And Kavish was like, he said he was in this film, he was in this, he was here. I said, this guy is just incredible. I mean, Hansal is a madman, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So he just said, and I was like, I called him, I said that, and Pratik does not, Arshad does not reply.
यस सर
Amazing.
मैं जब निखिल सर को पहली बार जब मिला हूँ सर ने मुझे यही कॉम्प्लीमेंट दिया है कि यार 10th एपिसोड में तुमने फाड़ दिया है यार एंड लाइक हेड्स ऑफ टू यार हंसल सर ने यानी कैमरा सिर्फ तुम पे रखा है यानी और मैं आज मैं निखिल सर के सामने साथ काम कर मैंने किया और आज यहाँ पर बैठा हूँ दैट इज सो आई एम थैंकफुल टू हंसल सर की उन्होंने मुझे स्कैम 1992 में कास्ट किया 10th एपिसोड में ये सीन मुझे परफॉर्म करने के लिए दिया सो और मैं आज जो महात्मा गांधी का किरदार कर रहा हूँ निखिल सर की वेब सीरीज में और वहाँ पर हंसल सर गांधी बना रहे और वो वहाँ पे प्रतीक गांधी
I remember he's been fasting, no, for the.
And I remember when the
for
first
end.
drop came out. When the first drop came out, I think
You sent it to Hansel?
Pratik shared it.
yeah.
The Chirag, something he shared it, right?
Oh yes, and me and Pratik know each other from last so many years. We have यानी हमने थिएटर में अपनी जर्नी साथ में की यारी हम अभी रिसेंटली मिले थे एंड वी आर ईगर टू सी
He's
ईच
also
अदर्स
working with
परफॉर्मेंस
Hansel for Gandhi only.
Yeah,
that is
that's
what
what
I
I'm
said.
saying.
Yeah,
Totally.
So हम लोग
Wow, it's come full circle.
Yeah, full circle, absolutely.
बट आई मस्ट से कि आई एम बोर्न टू प्ले गाना
Rajendra Chawla has benefited the most actually from this entire thing. Actually, you all don't know. Rajendra Chawla, when we were set to start the show, the shoot. 10 days before, I went to Shaugato and Dani sir. I said, sir, scripts have to be थोड़ा और better हो सकते हैं. It's not there. We are making this show. We are telling this story. Better हो सकते हैं. कितना time लगेगा? I say 1 साल और लगेगा. So they said, what? I said, yeah, 1 साल और लगेगा. We should write more, and they supported it. Nobody supports. Nobody supports for you to write for 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sony Live supported us to write to pay writers and a writing room for 2 years.
Wow.
And we wrote and I said, okay sir, now I called him, I said, 1 साल के लिए तुझे और कुछ ये wait. And I called Arif and then I told Rajendra, बीच में वेदा कर लेते हैं, you play the father.
But you had decided that these are the characters that you want them to
No, Kavish is also, I mean, Kavish made me see a test that Rajendra did. And like Hansal, who I think is an incredible director, another incredible director is Vikram Motwani. And I saw Jubilee, and I think everybody was concentrating on a lot of other stuff of Jubilee, Vamika Gabbi, Nanda Das Gupta's BGM, and I was only looking at this man's nose, and I was saying, "Mujhe Nehru mil gaya, mujhe apna Nehru mil gaya." No, he was incredible in that show, and we managed to get a meeting with him, I think, after some time, and we were just sitting at Soho House, and we were just chatting. We chatted for 2-3 hours, I think. We just kept talking. Then he went off, and he said, "Mujhe padhne do." And Sidhant likes to immerse himself, and he came back to me and said, "मैं नहीं कर सकता." Because I have already committed to Vikram's other film, and in that I'm playing a very, very radical character. So for this I need 1 year. I said, "You got 1 year."
क्या 1 year? Do you know how much time he gave me? 3.5 months. That's all I got, and I was like, oh, that's fine. But I think it's a good thing. The entire pace and everything has just worked. And people, I don't know, when someone asks me what did you do for this character, and you know, during Jubilee I could speak about patiently, aaram se, living in that pace, timelessness, blah blah blah, and you know, aaram se bata raha, this was the process.
You know why?
That is what I did.
Do you know why he wears a rose? Why Nehru wears a rose in his?
No, I heard it,
Do you
but
know?
I have
Even
forgotten
there,
it.
even उसमें भी हम लोग ने ये किया.
Huh.
Because every day he would go to his garden and cut a rose and put it on because it reminded him of his wife.
Yeah.
Wow. So even that you have
Most
had.
people will not like me to say this, but it reminded him of his wife.
Why they would not like?
Whatever the reason.
Okay, now that also has a story behind it. Okay. Well, I would have loved to speak more about the show and everything, but we are running out of time. I want to know a final word about the freedom at midnight from you.
Freedom.
Of course. And for him, truth with destiny.
And we'll give you all t-shirts, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Watch it
that'll
on
be nice.
15th November.
No, looking forward to it totally.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
lovely talking to you all. All the very best for
Thank
this.
you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.